Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James 13 Wicca in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The decks and dice I'm using are going to be listed below. And of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your choice. Thank you. Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Leo? The Tower, like right off. What? The Wheel of Fortune, the Lover's card. What's going on? This is quite the thing. You'll be fine. I'm not surprised, but the Tower doesn't always have to be a bad thing. I get that. It's a shock. It's totally unexpected. It does kind of shift things around. Leo can kind of roll with it, though. That's the thing. So even though it's the Tower, I kind of get Leo energy kind of like, yeah, well, I'll live. Yeah, I'll make it work. The world, is the world here? No. I keep looking at this. This is where this came from. Something has been unstable for a while. You've been making it work, but it's been unstable. You're the stability in the situation. I don't know why I'm laughing, but you're keeping something going. Anything it gets a little shaky, it doesn't seem like it's working, you pick up the pieces, you keep it going. You're putting in a lot of effort to keep the situation moving forward, but it's very unstable, and the only reason it's still working is because you keep putting in the effort. I don't even know if it's that hard for you. Is there any more details with that we can get? The situation is very unstable. You're the only reason it's surviving. Yep. The Strength card came up on the dice. And then the Page of Swords reversed. Something is trying to work against you, but you are shutting it down left and right. It doesn't seem to be giving up, but it's not really effective. It cannot overpower you. Something keeps trying to create problems, and it's like this little weasel running in and out, just causing havoc. You never seem to catch it, but you always seem to stop the problems. Okay, this is interesting. The energy, I feel like I have to be careful with this next part, because the Lover's card is here. The truth is coming forward. Somebody else might be exposing it. I'm kind of getting the Hierophant here with success. There's a lot coming in where somebody else might be saying, you know what, Leo, we need to talk. Because you are looking out for this person, and the person you're looking out for is the problem. I see like something like that coming in. Something is coming forward, like the Hierophant coming forward with success, kind of like, Leo, listen, I know what you're doing. I know you have best of intentions, but I think you need to see this a little bit better, because I don't think you're seeing what's going on here. There's somebody you're protecting that is literally the reason everything is crazy. You're protecting somebody that's the literal problem. Okay, we're going to see where this goes. I do feel like whoever the actual problem is, currently you do seem to like them. But somebody's bringing that truth forward, kind of like, listen, Leo, you do great things, but I think you need to see this person for who they are. I think this needs to be addressed, because you can do better. You can do much more than you are allowed to do right now, because you're spending so much time picking up over somebody, taking care of somebody who doesn't seem to be honoring what you're doing for them. This is supposed to be a good thing. This is the Tower card. This is the Tower card coming in. Okay, this is what the Tower card is. I don't want this to be the case. For some of you, you may not want to see this, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. This is something that's meant to change the situation in a positive way. You're meant to do a lot. You're not meant to, like, play pickup. It reminds me of, like, having a little kid that keeps throwing their food on the floor. And it's kind of like, we got to teach them to stop that. But it's like, you just keep picking it up, so they think it's a game, and they just keep doing it, and they try to get more creative with it. It's kind of like they were throwing it on the floor, and now they're starting to throw it on their walls, and now they're throwing it on people. Like, they just keep getting worse with it because they keep getting away with it. And it's kind of like, wait a minute, we need to kind of reconstruct this. And that's what this is. The miracle coming in is like somebody saying, hey, Leo, I think we need to have a talk. You're doing something, you're doing a lot, but you're protecting somebody who doesn't deserve it, is what I keep getting from this. Or at least the way you're handling it, it's not fixing the situation, it's just perpetuating it. That's a lot. So, what's going to happen next is a great question. The Emperor comes in. And the Three of Pentacles. They both come in a little, like, they're coming in like this, where they're not fully activated. So there's some influence from the Emperor. There's some work going on here. Neither of them are fully involved. It may be the same person. It may be that energy that's pulling this in. Aries sometimes is referred to as the Emperor. That's a very blunt, this is what's happening, this is what it is. A very blunt energy. This might be somebody who is like helping you figure out, is that really happening? Is that really the truth? This might be somebody who's kind of looking a little deeper for you and trying to find out, like, okay, so-and-so told me that I'm helping somebody who doesn't deserve it, and they are the problem. Emperor, what do you think? Which, don't be caught up in the gender, it can be any gender. But I'm getting, like, when this comes in, I know I can trust this person. It seems a little bit more secretive. Like, they'll find out for me what's really going on. You have this weird energy where you might make a split decision, and the world comes in, and you might be done. And that's just, you know what? No. That's possible here. That is possible. If you find that's right or not, that's up to you. Can we get, like, a little bit more with that card? Because that seems very blunt. The Moon card, and then the Seven of Pentacles. There's this version where I just stop fixing it. I just stop and I just let the chips fall where they may, and let's see where it goes from there. That's a possibility. There could be fallout here that I really don't want. There could be fallout for other people who don't deserve it. It's up to you. If you feel like that's right, then that's what's going to happen. I don't know that that's going to work the best, but that is an option. Another possibility here is just kind of keep going with what you've been doing and then just start changing things. Changing things, what do you mean? So, like, the Wondrous Universe comes in, like, it's still doing something different, but it's like the difference between just kind of stepping back and, like, let's just see what happens, versus keeping involved with it and just changing how you're handling it. And then putting the person who is the problem in control of cleaning up the mess. Really. Putting the person who is the problem in control of cleaning up the mess. They made the mess, they might as well clean up the mess. Really? Do we trust them to really clean up the mess? I guess. That seems to change things a lot. That changes things a lot. That seems to freak them right out. That's the Nine of Swords, right? Yep. That freaks them right out. Freaks them right out. They do not want to come up against you. And if you put them in charge of cleaning up that mess, that freaks them out. And they do clean it up. They do. But they're also very stressed about that. And I do get that they seem to kind of like want to distance themselves from you after that, because they're like, oh crap, the jig is up. I don't want to contend with Leo. I don't want Leo to come for me. As long as they thought they were getting away with it, it was all fun and games. But once they feel like you might call them out, everything changes. They seem to be extremely intimidated by you. It was all fun and games as long as they thought they were getting away with it. But once they feel like, and I feel like that's all I do, is I put them in charge of cleaning it up. It freaks them right out. I feel like that's another way to handle this, where I'm having them do that, and then I'm keeping an eye on it, and I have other people keeping an eye on it, and I feel like I'm refusing to clean it up, and I keep putting that person back in charge of cleaning up their own mess. And I do keep an eye on it, but I refuse to clean it up. Unknown territory comes in after this. There's possibilities. I feel like I would you just got to keep a close eye. If this actually is happening, the only thing I could say is to keep a close eye and keep an eye on this person, because they do seem to be freaked out by you. I can't guarantee it's going to go well from here. They might pull some fast moves. I don't know. The best I can say is just keeping an eye on them. I'm not convinced it's going to like permanently fix it, but I feel like they might have to reevaluate their game, and they might try a different game. Whoever the person was who came forward and said, hey, Leo, you're helping somebody who doesn't deserve it. They're taking advantage of you. Whatever that is, keep in contact with them. They can't stand this person, is what I get. So if you keep in contact with them, they'll keep doing the research for you, and they'll figure out what's actually going on. So if there's a new evolution in the problem, they'll be the first ones to probably figure it out. And then they can share that with you. You can touch base with the Emperor person, whoever that was, and you can keep it under control that way. This energy's something. I don't know. Because you do freak them out, yet you think you think they get the clue. You figured it out once. They should stop messing with you, period, and just like straighten up and fly right. I don't think that's in their personality. There's just something about them where they have to be the problem. It's just what they do. I'm not saying it's right. That's just what I see going on there. So it's like you'll nip it in the bud and it'll go well for a little while. It'll evolve into a different type of problem. What is that different type of problem is the question mark. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.